Imagine getting a knock on your door and opening it to find a police officer standing there, handing you an eviction notice for a house you own, a house you've lived in for over 30 years. That's exactly what happened to me. And the people behind it? My HOA. They thought they had me. They thought this was over. What they did not know was that I had a piece of paper that was about to destroy everything they'd built. Let me take you back a little. I bought my home in 1991. No HOA, no rules board, no monthly dues. Just me, my family, and a quiet suburban street that we were proud to call ours. My property deed is dated March 14th, 1991. Signed, sealed, and recorded with the county. Fast forward to 2004. The neighborhood started changing. A developer bought the empty plots at the end of the street and started building new homes. And along with those new homes came the HOA, the Meadowbrook Homeowners Association. Now here's the thing. I never signed anything. I never agreed to join. I never paid a membership fee. Because when that HOA was formed, my home already existed. My deed already existed. My rights were already established. But that did not stop them from sending me a welcome letter, and then a dues notice, and then another, and then a fine notice when I did not pay. I ignored them, because I knew, legally, they had no claim over me. At least, that's what I believed. And I was right. But I did not know how right I was until things got very, very serious. It started with letters. Polite at first, then demanding, then threatening. Your account is now 90 days past due. Immediate payment required or legal action will be initiated. I called their management office. I explained my situation. I told them my property predated the HOA by over a decade. You know what the woman on the phone told me? Sir, everyone on this street is subject to HOA rules. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. I started getting notices taped to my door, my mailbox. One time, they slid one under my car's windshield wiper in my own driveway. Then came the attorney letter, printed on official law firm letterhead. It stated that I owed $4,700 in unpaid dues, late fees, and legal costs. And if I did not pay within 21 days, they would pursue a lien on my property and potentially seek legal eviction from my own home. I'll be honest with you. That word scared me. Even when you know you're right, seeing the word eviction attached to your name and your address, it shakes you. I called 3 different lawyers trying to get answers. 2 of them told me I should probably just pay, that fighting it would cost more than it's worth. But the third one asked me one question that changed everything. He said, "Do you have your original deed?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Bring it in tomorrow morning." And then, before I could even meet with him, the police showed up at my door. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I heard the knock. I opened the door, and there was an officer from the county sheriff's department holding an envelope. "Sir, I've been asked to deliver this notice. It's regarding a property dispute initiated by the Meadowbrook HOA. I took the envelope. I looked at him, and I said, "Officer, give me 1 second." I walked to my filing cabinet, the old, beat-up metal one I'd had since I moved into this house, and I pulled out the original deed to my property. Then I handed it to him. He looked at it, read the date, read the legal description, and then he looked up at me. He did not say much. He just nodded, handed it back, said, "Thank you, sir," and left. No notice left behind. Nothing. Here's what most people don't know, and this is important, so listen carefully. HOAs can only enforce their rules over properties that were recorded under their CC&Rs. That's their covenants, conditions, and restrictions at the time the HOA was legally established, or over properties whose owners voluntarily agreed to the CC&Rs when they purchased the home. If your deed predates the HOA's formation, and you never signed or agreed to their covenants, they have no jurisdiction over you. 0. You are what's called a non-member property owner. And in most states, a homeowners association cannot place a lien on your property, cannot collect dues from you, and absolutely cannot seek eviction, because you were never bound by their rules in the first place. My attorney confirmed this within 24 hours of reviewing my deed. He sent a formal letter to the HOA's law firm, citing the relevant state statutes and the recorded date of my property deed. The HOA attorney responded, and for the first time in months, I smiled reading their words, because they were backpedaling, fast. The case was thrown out, completely dismissed. Not just dismissed, the judge made a point of noting that the HOA legal team had pursued action against a property owner they had no lawful authority over. The attorney who signed those threatening letters? He was reported to the state bar for professional misconduct. Last I heard, that complaint was still under review. The HOA never contacted me again. Not once. And that filing cabinet, the old, beat-up, ugly metal one that my wife wanted me to throw out a dozen times, it sits in the same corner of my office. And I will never get rid of it, because it held the one document that proved everything. 30 years ago, I signed a deed. I did not know it then, but that piece of paper was my armor, my proof, my win. The lesson here isn't just about HOAs. It's about knowing your rights, knowing your documents, and never, ever, assuming that someone in a position of authority is automatically correct. They counted on me being scared. They counted on me not knowing. And for a while, it almost worked. Almost. If this story hit close to home, if you've dealt with an HOA overstepping its authority, or a Karen who thought the rules applied to everyone but themselves, drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And if you know someone going through something like this right now, share this video with them. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is just know that you're not alone.